Please spend the night with me. Let me touch your dangling oranges. I haven't touched a woman in so many years. The billionaire boss said to his maid after he walked in on her naked. Nathan couldn't take his eyes off her. He held his gbola so tight like his life depends on it. Doris thought he was gay. She has been working with him for 5 good years and she has never seen him with any lady. He only talks about work. What do you say, Doris? Will you spend the night with me? Nathan asked again, pulling Doris' attention back to him. She came back to reality, took the towel on her boss's bed and said shyly, I haven't done it in a while too. I'll think about it, sir. Nathan stood there staring at her with lust in his eyes. How much do you want? $1 million. Name your price, I'll give you anything. She smiled timidly. It's not about the money. Then what do you want if not money? Your love. Can you love me? Doris asked. She saw uncertainty in his eyes, but he said yes. And before she could say Jack, he placed the soft lips on her and kissed her so tenderly. She couldn't resist his soft lips. She closed her eyes gently. She didn't even know how to kiss properly, but she followed his lead quietly. He was gentle. He handled her with care. He placed her gently on the bed. He withdrew from the kiss. Doris opened her eyes and saw him staring at her, lovingly, lustfully. She doesn't have an answer yet. Are you sure? He asked Doris, and she nodded. He kissed her passionately again this time, and they awkward afterwards. He kissed her on her forehead after they were done and muttered out a thank you. It was the happiest day of Doris's life. Did he just kiss me on my forehead? Does that mean something? She was so happy. He slept off immediately, but she didn't. She was sleeping next to him. It felt so surreal. She has been dreaming of this day since the first day she set her eyes on him, and the moment is finally here. Nathan, my love, she said quietly. She has been in love with him for a very long time, and now she's sleeping next to him. Doris came to the city from the village to support her family. Her dad was very sick and his health was deteriorating. She had no other option but to come to the city in search of money for his hospital bills. Luckily for her, she was directed to a company that gets jobs for people like her, new to the city. That same day, they took her to Nathan's house. When they got to the gate, Doris couldn't believe her eyes. The house was so huge. The man from the company took her inside the house and introduced her to Nathan. He is your new boss, he said. She stared at Nathan for more than 2 minutes. She didn't realize how awkward it was getting until the man from the company shouted, "Can't you greet?" "Good afternoon, sir," she shouted. "How are you?" Her new boss asked. "I am fine, sir," she replied. They finalized the deal. She signed some documents. He showed her to her room. That night, she kept thinking about him. He's the most handsome man she has ever seen. Even her ex-boyfriend that took her innocence isn't as handsome as he is. She started working in the house as Nathan's house help. She didn't see him much. Nathan worked day and night and he doesn't have a life outside of work. All Doris did was cook, clean the house and sleep. She could eat anything she wanted. She even started adding weight. Her heart started growing bigger. Her hips got more curvier. Nathan saw all of this, but he comported himself and focused on his work. And it kind of bothered Doris because she wanted more than a boss and employee relationship between she and her boss. They only talk once a day. And that's in the morning when they see. In the evening, Doris is always asleep before Nathan comes back from work. And Doris was slowly falling in love with Nathan. And she knew that her feelings will pie in her. She doesn't have the courage to tell it to him. The fear of rejection made her keep her feelings all to herself. Doris's friend, who is also a maid in the same estate, got to know of her feelings for her boss. "Ah, you love your Oga Nathan?" Nini asked Doris one day. Doris didn't say anything but blush, and Nini took her silence for an answer. "Have you told him?" she asked. "I can't tell him, oh. Can't you see that he's a big man? Do you want him to sack me?" Nini smiled at Doris. "Okay, I'm going to teach you how to make him attracted to you. First off, you need to get rid of all these clothes that covers your figure 8. You need to seduce him." "Ah, seduce him, ke? I can't though," Doris said timidly. "Do you want him or not?" Nini asked fiercely. "I do," she replied. So if you want him, then follow my lead. That day, Nini went into her room, brought out some very fancy dresses and gave it to Doris. Take them and make sure you start wearing them whenever your boss is around. You have a very fine shape. I'm sure he won't be able to take his eyes off you. Doris nodded. She doesn't have the courage to do what Nini is telling her to do. Doris, you have to go for what you want, okay? She smiled, thanked her holy friend in the city, and went back home. That day, she waited for Nathan to come back from work, but didn't wear the skimpy dresses. Good evening, sir. You are welcome, she said to her boss. How are you, Doris? And why are you still awake? Nathan asked. I don't feel like sleeping, sir. She ate up his food and gave it to him. She blushed. That was the longest conversation they've ever had. Nathan was low-key glad to have a maid like Doris. She's very stress-free, unlike most of his past mates. They either steal from him or try so hard to seduce him. Doris has been working for him for close to 5 years now. He doesn't say it's much, but it's graceful to have someone like Doris around his corner. Doris still didn't take Nini's advice. She was too shy to do it. It is against her values and her morals, but she really likes him. She has been in love with him for a very long time. She thought long and hard and decided to let go of the thought of seducing him. On Doris's birthday, she turned 25. She was really excited. She wanted to look good, if not for anything, for herself. Big 25, she said to herself. Nini had called her exactly by 12 a.m. to wish her a happy birthday. Thank you, Nini. I'm so glad to have you in my life. Duh, Nini said across the phone. Babe, make sure you dress so classy today, okay? Because you are a maid doesn't mean you should look like one, especially on this day. Today's your birthday, so dress nice and feel nice, Nini said to Doris. She smiled and hung up. She took her bait, took the dresses Nini gave to her, and an idea came to her mind. She ran to Nathan's room to use his expensive perfumes. I want to smell like him, she said. She took the perfumes and was admiring herself inside the mirror. She suddenly felt someone's presence. Boom! It was her boss, Nathan. Shocked, she let go of her towel, and that was how Nathan saw her standing in his room, naked. Nathan couldn't believe his eyes. Doris's dangling boobs. He could see her big ass from the mirror. Oh my god, this girl has been hiding all this. She's so endowed. He was so engrossed in looking at her. He became so desperate to knock her. He couldn't hold himself anymore. He hasn't nagged in a very long time. He lustfully asked her for okwe. She eventually agreed to okwe him. They did it, and it was just as if Doris was a virgin. She was so tight. He kissed her forehead and slept off. Fast forward to the present, Doris woke up to Nathan's morning greeting. Good morning, princess, he said. She couldn't believe her ears. Princess? She shyly smiled at him. I want to ask you a question. Are you a virgin? Doris smiled, looking more shy this time. No. I've done it one time with my ex-boyfriend in the village. Oh, that explains why you're so tight, Nathan said. I'm going to head to work now. He opened the drawer beside his bed, brought out an ATM and gave it to Doris. This ATM has about 300 million, I think. Use it to buy whatever you want. He got ready for work and left, and that was the beginning of their love story, Doris thought to herself. Doris was so excited. She spent her birthday in her boss's bed. The best birthday ever, she said to herself. She called Nini happily and told her the entire story. Nini screamed happily. The ladies went out and brought so many things. Different clothes, wigs, perfumes, and so on. Nathan got a debit alert of 50,000 and he was surprised. She only spent 50k out of over 300 million. This lady never ceased to amaze me, he said to himself. If it were any other lady, they definitely will spend up to 50 million. Doris is a special one. That day, Nathan became more surprised when he saw Doris. She was all dressed up, shape intact, still 100%. She was giving 100 over 100 minus nothing. He just couldn't take his eyes off her, and she saw it. She served him and was heading to her room when Nathan called her back. Sit down and have dinner with me. Me? Sit down on this dining, Doris asked. Yes, please sit and eat with me. She was very excited. After they finished eating, they awkward. Nathan took his time and taught Doris different awkward styles. They were awkwarding every day in different corners of the mansion. Doris became a pro. She made Nathan feel so good in bed. Nathan spent so much time with her on bed. All they did was awkward, learn new styles of awkward, and Nathan play with her dangling oranges. He treated her nicely. He bought so many designer things for her. Doris was no longer his maid. She upgraded to his awkward mate. To Nathan, that was it. Doris was his awkward mate, an instrument to warm up his bed. He adores and respects her too, but that was it. And for Doris, she saw herself as Nathan's girlfriend, even if he never asked her out. She would escort him to the car every morning carrying his box. Neighbors started gossiping. Mr. Nathan, the billionaire businessman, is knacking his maid. They heard the gossips, but they never cared. Doris had a new glow, the type that shows you are in love. But one day, Nathan came back home late and was very angry. Doris was worried when he got home, and she asked, "Why did you come home late?" And angry Nathan yelled at her, saying, "It's none of your business. You are not my girlfriend, neither are you my wife, so stop asking." He went into his room, leaving Doris pained. Nini could now come to Nathan's house freely now to see Doris. They spent time together whenever Nini tells her boss she's going to the market. And this particular day, Nini went to Doris's house to ask her for money to buy a new phone. "My rich friend, your girl is loyal. I need some money, please. I want to get a new phone, my friend." Doris smiled. "Is that why you are ailing me? Nini?" Doris gave her the ATM Nathan gave to her. "Buy any phone you want." Nini screamed and hugged Doris so tight, but Doris didn't return the vibe. "Okay, spill it," she said. "I'm tired, Nini," she busted out crying. "I feel like Nathan sees me as his awkward mate and nothing else. Am I not beautiful enough? Why doesn't he want to make me his girlfriend? He's so comfortable with asking for awkward, but he questioned my place in his life when I showed care for him. He told me I'm not his girlfriend and I shouldn't act as one, but he's awkwarding me back to back. Is it fair?" Nini became sad instantly. She doesn't like to see Doris like that. She hugged her and asked, "Do you love him that much?" "Yes, Nini, I love him so much, but it's hot. That feeling isn't mutual." Doris cried so much. Nini didn't know what else to do to make her stop crying. "Okay, will you use Kayamata on him?" Nini asked. What is Kayamata?" Doris asked. "It's a form of control. It will make him like you so much. He will be so obsessed with you alone. He won't see any other lady. Without you, he won't be able to eat or sleep. You'll be the air he breathes. You control him however you please." Doris was surprised. Does such a thing exist? Doris asked with her eyes wide open. "Nini, isn't that charm? That is charm now. Why are you calling it Kayamata? Auntie, it is charm." "Shut up, Jare. They call it Kayamata, not charm." "Why are you looking at me like that? It's like you are not ready to have Nathan all to yourself. Oh, see, even if you tell him to marry you, he will marry you sharp. Doris stared at Nini confused. "I don't think I can do such a thing. If he wants to date me or marry me, I want it to be out of his own free will, not me using Kayamata or whatever." Okay, Nini replied. "So my friend, thank you for my new phone," Nini said and left. That night, Nathan apologized to Doris for yelling at her. "I'm sorry, princess. I was under a lot of pressure. I was finding it hard to sign a deal and I took it out on you. I'm sorry," he apologized. Doris smiled, accepting his apology, and just like that, they settled and became awkward mates again. Nathan was having fun awkwarding Doris without protection. According to him, he likes it better like that. One day, Nathan and Doris were sharing a passionate kiss when Doris suddenly felt nauseous. She ran into the toilet and vomited. She was ignorant. She didn't think to run a test. Nathan asked if she wants to see a doctor, but she said she's fine. They continued kissing passionately and awkward afterwards. One day, Doris went to the market to get foodstuffs for the house. She got to the market and fainted. She woke up and met herself in an hospital. "Congrats, ma'am. You are 3 months pregnant." Doris was shocked. She had mixed feelings. She didn't know how to feel. She went home with the intention of telling Nathan. And she entered the compound. She saw an unfamiliar car. She entered the house and saw a young lady looking so pretty. She looked like a goddess. She entered looking confused. "And who is she?" the lady asked Nathan. "She's my maid," Nathan replied, looking scared. Doris said nothing but walked into her room. Few minutes later, Nathan came to her begging her to be quiet. "She's my fiancée," he said. Doris was shocked. "Doris, I'm sorry, but whatever this was between us, it's over. You can have all the money in the account to yourself." A shocked Doris stood in the room, pained, confused. She touched her stomach. "My child," she said. "No, I won't be used like this, if not for anything, for my child." She sat down and started crying. "What am I going to do?" "Kayamata," a voice whispered to her. "Kayamata it is then," Doris said.
So you guys, let's watch out for the next part of this story. This story is going to have a part 2. Let me know in the comment section if you want a part 2. Let me know what you feel about this first part of the story. Thank you so much for always watching my stories. I love you guys so much. Please do not forget to support this channel by leaving a comment, by liking, and by subscribing, so every time I post a new story you are going to know. Tap on the notification bell so every time I post a story you know. Thank you so much, guys. See you guys on the next part of the story. Bye.